its name.
From which Wall Street gets its name.
Wall Street began as a slave auction. Profits from selling Africans made early traders and bankers rich. The history books remain silent about our contribution to this country's wealth. And what's worse, we are locked out of its treasure chest. We promote reparations that honor the immeasurable value of our work. Corporate profits are made off of our suffering. Private prison corporations and companies that use prison slave labor earn billions of dollars a year from the 1 in 3 new African men in prison. Media executives make billions of dollars a year from music and images that degrade our people. Bankers, big box companies, and corporate farms make billions of dollars a year from our foreclosed homes, destroyed small businesses, and stolen lands. We promote self-determination and human rights for all new African people. African people are on the rise. People better recognize. African people are on the rise. People better recognize. African people are on the rise.
We say hoodoo because the hoodoo means freedom. It's also welcoming and a greeting that we use amongst our comrades. We are an organization geared at defending the democratic rights of African people and all oppressed peoples in the entire world. Right now, you understand the history of Wall Street. We talk about stocks. Africans were in the stocks. The literal stocks. That's a board that clasps the hands and the neck of the African people who are the basis of capitalism and imperialism. We demand reparations now. We want to repair the damage that has been done. We understand. Nobody's gonna give us reparations. We're gonna have to organize. And take our reparations. When Africans are free, so will the entire world be. That's why we say, touch one, touch all. Touch one, touch all. Touch one, touch all. Touch one, touch all. If you touch one African, if you touch the oppressed, You touch.
You touch.
All of us.
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 Uhuru.
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 Touch what?
Touch what?
Touch what?
Touch what?
Touch all.
Touch all.
Touch all.
Touch all.
Touch what?
Touch what?
Touch what?
Touch what?
Touch all.
Touch all.
Touch all.
Touch all.
Shout Uhuru.
Uhuru.
Uhuru. Uhuru.
Wall Street
Wall Street
and the U.S. economy
and the U.S. economy
were built on slavery
were built on slavery
and genocide.
and genocide.
We call for
We call for
reparations
reparations
to African,
to Africans,
indigenous,
indigenous,
and oppressed people
and oppressed people
in the U.S.
in the U.S.
and around the world.
and around the world.
We stand against
We stand against
the thieving bankers on Wall Street
the thieving bankers on Wall Street
who have been given
who have been given
$13 trillion
$13 trillion
of U.S. taxpayer money
of U.S. taxpayer money
by the Obama administration.
by the Obama administration.
There are two Americas.
There are two Americas.
White people make an average
White people make an average
of $20,000 more
of $20,000 more
per year
per year
than the average black family.
than the average black family.
White people are 8% in poverty,
White people are 8% in poverty,
while African people are 27.4%.
while African people are 27.4%.
Lastly,
Lastly,
reform is not the solution.
reform is not the solution.
Reparations now.
Reparations now.
We say victory to the people of Afghanistan.
We say victory to the people of Afghanistan.
Victory to the people of Iraq.
Victory to the people of Iraq.
Victory to Palestine.
Victory to Palestine.
Egypt.
Egypt.
Tunisia.
Tunisia.
Venezuela.
Venezuela.
Libya.
Bolivia.
So many others.
And so many others.
Unless all people are free,
Unless all people are free,
then we cannot be free ourselves.
then we cannot be free ourselves.
Uhuru!
Uhuru.
Touch what?
Touch what?
Touch what?
Touch what?
Touch what?
Touch what?
Touch all.
Touch all.
Touch all.
Touch all.
Power to the people.
Power to the people.
Now understand,
Now understand.
when we spoke about what is owed,
When we spoke about what is
the
owed,
black people,
the black people,
as a result
as a result
of Wall Street,
of Wall Street,
we want you to understand
we want you to understand
that today,
that today,
the percentage
the percentage
of black people
of black people
in New York City
in New York City
who are homeless
who are homeless
are black people.
are black people.
The greater percentage
The greater percentage
are black people.
of black people,
We deserve reparations
we deserve
for
reparations
what was done to us.
for what was done to us.
America
America
needs to avow,
needs to avow,
which is to apologize,
which is to apologize,
redeem,
to redeem,
which is to feel remorse,
which is to be reborn,
and atone,
and atone,
which is to correct the situation.
which is to correct the situation.
We want
We want
reparations for
reparations
what was
for what was
done to us.
done to
Do
us.
not ignore
Do not ignore
the plight
the plight
of homelessness.
of
Talk
homelessness.
to Mayor Bloomberg.
Talk to Mayor
Let him
Bloomberg.
know
Let him know
that we,
that we,
the people,
the people,
will not
will not
stand
stand
for one
for one
human being
human being
going hungry,
going hungry,
going homeless,
going homeless,
being sleepless
and being
because of
because of
sleep
sleep
deprivation.
deprivation.
Let's stop the madness.
We at the occupation,
We have the occupation
cause we want our reparations.
because we want our reparations.
We at the occupation,
We have the occupation because we want our reparations. Because we want our reparations.
we at the occupation,
We have the occupation
cause we want our reparations.
because we want
potential of new Africans is actively suppressed. Whites burn down Black Wall Street. Locked our veterans out of education and employment and benefits. Kicked our farmers off their land. We are the last hired and the first fired. Making the black unemployment rate as high as 34%. As a result of these and other racist policies and practices, we arrived at 2011 with our debt larger than our wealth. We promote an end to economic oppression. We have and we always will fight back. We resolve to build our own alternatives. And to continue to promote reparations. Self-determination. Defense of our human rights. And an end to our economic oppression.
We got some frustrations. So we want our reparations. We got some frustrations.
So we want our reparations.
We got some frustrations.
So we want our reparations.
We got some frustrations.
So we want our reparations.
We got some frustrations.
So we want our reparations.
We got some frustrations.
So we want our reparations.
We got some frustrations. I'm here to talk about Wall Street. That we all know is corrupt. And I want to let you know that just recently JP Morgan Chase gave the NYPD $4.6 million to strip you of your rights, to beat you with batons, to take you to their jails, to crush Occupy Wall Street, so they can keep making money. $4.6 million. To strip you of your rights. $4.6 million. That didn't feed the hungry. $4.6 million. That didn't go to education. $4.6 million. That didn't help the homeless. I want us to know that the NYPD is part of Wall Street. They are paid to protect corrupt money, corrupt fortunes. They are paid to strip you of your rights. So we must stand together. And we must stay strong. Reparations will not be given. We have to organize. We have to stand together. And take our money back. We have to organize. And stand together. Or Wall Street will continue to oppress us. With the help of the NYPD.
It's time to get alive. It's time to represent. African people, what time is it? It's time to get alive. It's time to represent. African people, what time is it? It's time to get alive. It's time to represent. African people, what time is it? It's time to get alive. It's time to represent. African people, what time is it? It's time to get alive. It's time to represent. African people, what time is it? It's time to get alive. It's time to represent. African people, what time is it?
We are marching to the African burial ground.
To the African burial ground. To pay homage.
To our ancestors.
To our ancestors.
Who gave blood.
Who gave blood.
Who gave tears.
Who gave tears.
Who gave of themselves.
Who gave of themselves.
To build Wall Street.
To build Wall Street.
So we could be here today.
So we can be here today.
Lifting our voices.
Lifting our voices.
Against oppression.
Against oppression.
And for human rights.
And for human rights.
Ashe.
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 Our ancestors paved the way.
So we give them thanks today.
Our ancestors paved the way.
So we give them thanks today.
Our ancestors paved the way.
So we give them thanks today.
Our ancestors paved the way. So we give them thanks today.
On these grounds that you stand on are the bones of our African ancestors. All along downtown. 20,000 African bones are under these buildings. We stop them from building on top of 427 of our ancestral remains at the African burial ground. If you ever saw the images, a little baby is in the arms of his mother. Skeletal remains. They died together. These pigs worked them to death. Literally to death. So when we go down to Wall Street, we know they built a wall to protect themselves from the indigenous people.
from the indigenous people,
stole us from Africa to build it. So these crooks
on Wall Street,
owe us. Our reparations.
They owe us.
Our reparations. It's a debt. It's a debt. Keep the welfare. Keep the affirmative action. Pay us our reparations. Power to the people. Long live our ancestors. Up, you mighty people. You can accomplish what you will.
They gave us mathematics. Science. Engineering. Architecture. Which many civilizations were built. And we say Ashe. We thank our ancestors. Who survived the Middle Passage. We call on those bones that lie in the Atlantic Ocean. We thank our warriors. We thank our revolutionaries. Who fought for our freedom and our liberation. Throughout the entire diaspora. In the Americas, in Africa, in Haiti, in Cuba, and Brazil. We say Ashe. Most of all, we call on the love, the energy, and the spirit, as we fight against Wall Street. We demand
streets, our 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 streets.